just think about it like a nursing home. So y'all know how the nurses don't do shit but write up. Matter of fact, they just write reports and they distribute medicine and shit like that. And the CNAs are actually the people that's working with your fucking child and shit like that. We're working with the older person, like cleaning their butt and taking care of them, reading to them, talking to them, like doing stuff like that. Like, that's kind of how it is with this. The a BCBA does absolutely shit but draw up a fucking plan for 6 months. Can barely keep up with fucking goals. Don't know how to fucking actually teach kids with autism. Like, they don't do shit. And the RBT is the person that actually works with your kid and does all of the actual work with your child. The RBT doesn't do absolutely shit. It's just like a nurse at a nursing home, like, that sits on their ass and not do shit, nigga, but complain about fucking work. Same difference. So, with that being said, the newest thing that's going on with this whole ABA classroom, now they're telling the parents that, you know, we're going to sit here and, you know, put the kids in regular classrooms, and the ABA or the BCBA, whatever, the RBT, whoever, gonna come get them and do their therapies outside the classroom and like send them back to the classroom. They're gonna get like 2 or 3 hours of therapy. So a lot of parents, not saying I'm one of these parents, but a lot of parents are mad because of the same thing that they told us. They told us, me and Jay, was, you know, the classroom will be open sometime soon, and, you know, within the next 30 days, and your kid is already like on the spot, have a spot to be in this particular classroom with this, that, and the third. To only not even a year later come back and it's like, yeah, we lied about all this shit. Your kid's gonna be in a regular classroom, a regular preschool classroom, learning regular preschool shit, and we don't have a BCBA and whatever other therapists come out, pull them out like the regular therapists or the other therapists and put them back in the classroom. But you want to charge people insurance like you actually doing like one-on-one ABA with these kids. Anywho. So that's what's going on with like the whole center as of today. So I'm gonna go back and read you guys some emails that I had with this particular BCBA. So this particular BCBA, I really didn't have a problem with this person at first. Like, the person was like cool and stuff like that. My issue is what any parent issue should be when you're bullshitting with my fucking child livelihood and shit like that. Like, yeah, I'm having a problem with you when you bullshitting with my child and when you're sitting here fucking straight up lying. But this is all this daycare does is fucking lie. Like, every time you look up, they're lying about something. It's always something. It's the ABA classroom, a lie. It's y'all advertising saying it's a lie. Like, everything is a lie. Y'all wonder why parents are mad, but y'all are steady sitting here fucking lying to them. And for fucking what? Like, make it make sense. So, with all that being said, y'all, I'm gonna go ahead and tell y'all at first how the conversation even started and why this is like even an issue with this particular daycare. So, this started with the ABA meetings, the parent-teacher ABA meetings are supposed to be like educational and shit like that. Like, it's none of that shit. Y'all, it was never none of that shit for me. It was just like an open communication of like goals that you are working on. Also, ABA is supposed to work on what the fuck you want to work on with your child. Like, if they have like other little goals that they want to sit here and create that they think is going to be beneficial or whatever, let them create it. But at the end of the day, parents, y'all do have rights. Like, this is like so many rights that's being violated in this goddamn daycare. It's fucking ridiculous. Like, it's ridiculous how many rights that we have violated, and basically how many people actually have a position that does absolutely shit but bag up their staff. And I'm pretty sure if this particular staff was not fucking white, they wouldn't be bagging her ass the fuck up like this. But I digress. Started off my whole tangent because it will be this and it will be a longer video if y'all can tell or whatever. So to start this off, how should I say this? Like, I'm trying to really for real like not talk cash shit, nigga. Like, for real. So starting out with this particular person, she was cool or whatever. We'll do this, we'll do that. She was basically telling her roles and this, that, and the third. Mind you now, Julie and Jax have been going here for like 6 months to almost a year, excuse me, before this particular person worked here or whatever, or like got the job here. This particular person came from the cafeteria, which this person said she came from the cafeteria to doing therapy to a Bcba. And more than likely that was a lie, because, you know, the daycare gets their lunch from the actual school across the street. So how the hell was she working in the cafeteria? You were serving food? Like, you was working in the cafeteria at the actual middle school? Anyway, this particular person started off like it was fine, she was straight or whatever when this like first started off, when they first got in there or whatever, and things of that nature. So maybe a month, 2 in or whatever, I'll say 2 to 3 months in, the boys having ABA or whatever. Like, it's like Julian and Jackson within the first day, within the first week. And when I say the first week, I mean the first 3-4 days of having a new goal. They were mastering these goals to the point where they were mastering the goals faster than she could even create them. And she said that, like, she was like, dude, they're mastering this faster than, you know, I can actually create them or whatever. Like, the other kids are not doing this or whatever, but they're mastering the stuff. And it's like, you know, she basically was like, you know, they mastering it, what do you think we should work on? Because, like, they mastered their name, they mastered their age, they mastered their first and last name, even though I feel like they didn't even master that well, because it's still like speaking it where, you know, someone can understand what they're saying or whatever. They mastered the phone number and stuff like that. So in this particular ABA meeting, you guys, we had a conversation on how fast they mastering things. And she was like, what do you want to work on or whatever, this, and third. Which, you know, this is normal shit. Like, this person always asks, what do I want to work on? Tell me what they were thinking. And, you know, she tells me what she was thinking and what I thought about it, what could be beneficial to the boys, you know, at home and just like in their regular everyday lives or whatever. Cool, I don't have a problem with that. Like, cause it's like we're both working for the same thing. So while she's telling me that, you know, how well Jackson's doing his potty training, I'm saying what's working for me. And y'all will hear these emails here in a second, as far as for the potty training and stuff like that. It went south, or it went sour when they're mastering all of the regular fucking goals, y'all. Like, she had wanted to work on shapes, colors, numbers, stuff that they know and stuff like that, and like rework it again. So I didn't have no issue with that, because, you know, just because I feel like they know something, they might not be retaining it or retained it. But I knew Julian and Jackson both knew like their colors and their shapes and, you know, their ABCs, because that's stuff that they have been learning. Julian and Jackson have never not been in preschool, so they're not learning shit, you know. Like, Jackson has a whole carpet with all his alphabets on it and stuff like that. Like, I have materials, like, y'all should have seen that video. If y'all didn't, I will link it somewhere in this video, or I'll just put the whole playlist somewhere in this video or whatever. So she was just like, I was like, you know, working on Julian learning, like writing his name and knowing the basic stuff, like his baby, like the baby, reading the baby, spelling the baby, like reading, spelling, what else do you call it? So reading, spelling, writing, the regular math, and I think it was like some science and social studies, so he can understand his body and stuff, and things of that nature, and other people's body, and, you know, things of that, like regular kitty stuff or whatever. And when I say reading and writing, I mean like reading the words like it, the, that, like is, it, like 2-letter words, not like nothing just ridiculous, you know, because I know they're still learning. So she like, you know, I don't know, like, I wouldn't even know what type of materials to get for it or whatever, this, that, and the third, or whatever. So she said that or whatever, and I just was like, you know, let me go and get the materials or whatever. That way we all actually have the same thing. And if she like take the same particular materials and laminate it and use it for other kids or whatever, like, as long as my kids are getting it and we are all on the same thing. Mind y'all, now if y'all go back to that video that I will link, I'll probably link it down in the description, I don't know, but if I forget to link it down in the description, I will put it up on one of the cards somewhere up here while I'm editing this video. So, with that being said, y'all, she was basically like, she don't know what to do, she don't know, like, she was talking about like tracing it, like hand tracing and stuff like that. And it's like, bro, they actually got like books where you don't have to go out and work or whatever. So we talked about it, and she was like, yeah, that's a good idea. She was like, she don't know how she would do that or how that will work or whatever, and things of that nature. And she was like, cause she don't even know like what level they are on with learning and stuff like that, or what will or won't work for the boys or whatever. So, which is understandable, like that part of that makes sense. So that's why I had more than one material of the information and more than one materials of the things or whatever. Because I don't know, because we're all learning this together, and the whole point of everyone learning it together is so everybody can be on the same page, because that's beneficial to who? Julian and Jackson. Like, I have never seen a school like this fucking, with this many retarded ass people working there. Like, I really feel like the employees that work at this damn daycare dip acid. Like, they have to dip acid. Like, you're mad because someone is sending paperwork, like school materials, for you to, as a matter of fact, I made copies of it, like for both boys, so she could have laminated if she wanted to, but if she didn't want to laminate it and just was going to use it for them too or whatever, like, it's enough for them, because we don't know how they're going to go. We don't know what's going to actually work for them, what's not going to work for them. And the whole point of me sending them materials and the whole like conversation that we had before I even sent the materials was like, you know, I don't know what's actually going to work for them or whatever, but me thinking that it's just making it easier for this person or whatever, because all I do is copy it. And
this a cush track.
Bitch, you're not even gonna do shit with them. Like, the RBT is the person that's going to actually sit here with my boys and actually work with them with their tracing, reading, spelling and shit like that. You're not even gonna be doing that shit. So I don't even understand what the fuck you're mad about. Because as I read these emails, y'all see what I'm talking about as far as with this conversation or whatever, or how this conversation go. So this particular Clubhouse, when I emailed or whatever, because I sent the paperwork with the RBT, because let me back up. We both had came up with the conclusion that like we don't know what's going to actually work with Julian and Jackson or how they will learn. So I got 2 and 3 different ones of the same stuff. It was kind of redundant, but it's like we don't know which one they're going to take to or whatever for that. And she was just like, you know, we can, you know, put that in a thing or whatever. And I was like, dude, I'm gonna send it, you know, to y'all, and like y'all work on it over the day, you know, whatever. Y'all like, this work for this child and this work for that child. This work for this child, that didn't work for that child. We'll do this, we'll do that, whatever. So she like, okay, yeah, that sounds like a plan or whatever, because like I know that all of the material is not gonna fucking work. So it's like y'all be working with that, and whatever y'all working on at school with the boys for school or whatever, I would do the same thing at home. Like, I just need to know what material that y'all are actually using at school, so I can use the material at home. And when it's time for them to get new lesson plans or whatever, or go to the next chapter, the next page or whatever, because Julian and Jackson are going to learn at a different pace, you know? Like, I know Jackson learns a little bit slower, but Jackson's a bit younger than Julian anyway. So it's like, you know, Julian might be on chapter 2 and 3, Jackson might still be on one within the first page. You know, that was the whole point of the communication, seeing that we have to have these 8-day meetings every 2 weeks or whatever, or once a month at the least. So it's like, you know, we'll have time to be like, so hey, what worked, what didn't work, blah 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 this, blah 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 that. Hey, we've been trying this for these 2 weeks or whatever, and this looked like it more so work with him, and like, hey, send more of this. That's how the conversation sounded like it was going to go with the materials and stuff like that. We will both be learning. All of us will be learning what actually work with the boys, and I would be doing the same stuff at home, so they can actually, like, you know, get a understanding of certain things. Again, because all of the goals she was creating, they were mastered within the first day. So it's not like they were like, it's not like it was a reason why this couldn't be implemented. And again, I want to sit here, matter of fact, and in case I didn't say this, mind y'all, I only wanted them to work on these things for like 10 minutes, 5 to 10 minutes after day. Mind you now, they're there from 7:30 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. basically, the email that I got back after I sent that stuff and sent her the email, I let her know, like, hey, I gave it to the RBT, that way y'all can go through this, that, and the third. This whole cop the attitude, y'all. Like, what type of fucking bipolar bitch are you? Like, what, like, you have to be dipping fucking acid. Like, y'all, like, the delusion is crazy. Because it's like, we just talked about this like a week ago. Like, and I bought the materials, made copies of the materials. It was like, hey, y'all can, you know, laminate it or whatever and use it for the kids. I don't care, like, or everybody. Like, all they're gonna do is wipe it off with like some type of sanitizer and like reuse it for the kids. Like, not that big of a deal, especially when they're mastering all their goals. So my issue is my kids are not getting challenged at all. Like, even if I provide the material, it's an issue because I provide the material and you didn't provide the material, when you're still talking about how you don't have time because you have to get all these evals and all these evals submitted to the insurance. So also what I was told in that meeting and then they was told is that, you know, after the evals got signed or whatever, that the person can sit there and go back and change and add some of these educational things inside those, inside that thing or whatever. Which to me, y'all, and I'm gonna just go ahead and warn y'all, do not sign that shit. Like, if a motherfucker haven't put what y'all are requesting to be put in this stuff to educate your kid, to challenge your kid and stuff like that, don't sign that shit because they basically going to do the same shit that they did with us. But I will say this, like I said, Carter and Krista also has speech therapy, occupational therapy, and stuff like that. If you want something added into their like lesson plan and things of that nature, or like into their therapy and stuff like that, even if they submit it to the insurance or whatever, they would then still, like, they just get it in if they have a deadline and go ahead and submit it to them, and whatever we need changed or tweaked or whatever, they would like change it and tweak it or whatever, like on the back end, and just resubmit it or whatever with the changes and tweaks to it. But that way that kid would never not have, you know, like therapy and services and things of that nature. Okay. So now that I'm through with all that, I'm going to read this first thing. So this is March 2nd, you guys, 2021, from the Bcba. I'm also put this on the screen, you guys. I'm just gonna read the first thing. It says urgent, more urgent. It says Jackson is in speech therapy and just had a bowel movement in his underwear. She said it was pretty loose all over the place. Do you want to throw them away or have them sent back home in a bag? Yeah, this daycare has a washer and dryer. Why wouldn't y'all just throw them in a washer on a quick cycle? And then, as I read further, and like I said, this will be on the screen over here or over there. I don't know which side it's gonna be on because, like, I'm not editing it yet. But it says, in about Julian. Oh, good. That makes me so happy or whatever. He is a very smart boy. Some of the stuff, like, so basically the person just saying, you know, because Julian and Jackson had went to, or just Julian, had went to like the DDC, which is where they had got their diagnosis from or whatever. And like I said, a lot of people would be shocked that they could even fucking talk, y'all. So the fact that Julian's talking and generalizing things of that nature or whatever, they were like, oh my God, like, you know, he's doing good. So I don't know how much of this I'm gonna just blank out or whatever, but she's like, for pre-K, I would still approve him for a longer amount of hours. So I would assume we could work with whatever schedule needed to see him for outpatient services before COVID. We were open for outpatients until like 4:36 p.m. Currently ABA is only until 4:30 p.m. But I do see that changing as we have kiddos going to kindergarten. Okay, y'all. So this particular daycare, and I want to go ahead and touch on this before I just go too far in this whole little thing. So again, you have your kid in preschool to learn pre-K stuff or whatever, and basically they're not learning none of that stuff. I don't even understand how they still have like the Better Beginners or anything in that nature, because they're not learning anything that Better Beginners teach, which is to get your child ready for K. She's talking about ABA services because I didn't say this in the beginning of my video, but I was asking this particular person about like how does it work when the kid go to preschool or whatever, or just regular school for that matter, and the outpatient therapy, like how does that work? I also was asking her stuff about like the school district used to come out and teach kids like their ABCs, their 1, 2, 3s and things of that nature as well, you know, for the kids that would be in that district or whatever. So with all that being said, this particular person didn't know what the fuck I was talking about. Like, far as with the stuff that went on in the school before COVID, she didn't know what the fuck I was talking about. So it's like, but you worked here? Like, how the fuck did you work here and I don't know? Like, what? Like this is just an example that they just hire any of the fuck body and put on, like, with a position. Like, y'all, don't even get me started. And also, this is the only location that's supposed to, this is the only location that closes at 4:30. The rest of them do close at 5:30 and 6 p.m. And also, with this outpatient ABA, I requested the outpatient ABA to still continue at a different location. And basically, I was refused that, whole little thing far as with, you know, location and continue the outpatient just with a different ABA or with a different BCBA, because pretty much like there's no point in me fucking with this one. Like I don't need no BCBA that's gonna continuously to fucking lie, to be honest with you. So it's like, dude, they have another location that's actually in Little Rock that's about the same distance and drive or whatever. So basically I was refused to change therapists. They refused to change therapists, and they refused to switch their BCBAs, and they refused to let us go to a whole different location, knowing all these issues that we're having. But I don't know. So I asked something about the ABA. And I was just like, I'm having a hard time understanding what's going on because I'm getting conflicting stories. I said, far as Julian in pre-K, he can come there after school in summer for ABA. I said, where it's conflicting is I was told kids are still getting ABA until 6 p.m. And I was told that, you know, Pizza Plus are pretty much open every day of the week, aside from, you know, Thanksgiving and Christmas. And I asked, I said, so would Julian be able to come do ABA or on virtual days, teacher conference, spring break? Like, how does that work? So, okay, you guys. Like I said earlier, the other locations are open from like 5:30 or 6 p.m. or whatever. So I was being told that, you know, Julian will be able to come and do his ABA after his preschool, or after school basically, or whatever, for a few hours and stuff like that. So that's why she was like, she's still approving for more hours if need be. So like when spring break happened and when they're out for summer, it's like, what do they do? Just come to, you know, a facility and do it all day, or like how does that work or whatever? That's what I was asking, like parent-teacher conference days, virtual days, because y'all know COVID happened or whatever, or well, shit, COVID is still going on. So I was trying to figure out how does that work, like with his therapy. Like when she says that she's approving him, like I'm pretty much asking, are you approving him for like the summers? Like how does this work? Because even a person that's like over their daycare or was over their daycare at the time was telling me that this daycare is supposed to still close at 6 p.m. So he would be able to go from the school that was like right across the street and come over there. And it was like, you know, I didn't understand, like, we didn't have nothing about what far as the transportation. Do I supposed to pick them up and, you know, bring them across the street, or like how does that work or whatever? Or do the bus bring them like across the street, or is there a teacher that will walk with them to come over there for that stuff? Like is that the school part, or what part do they like the Pizza Plus in school or whatever? So like that's what I was like asking, and pretty much she didn't know, she didn't have no answers to none of that stuff. Like I said, they just have crackheads running this goddamn facility. Like it's just straight crackheads at this point. So pretty much that whole question got ignored. She said, hey, would you mind signing these 3 forms for the boys' ABC services? I got to get them turned in ASAP so they can continue for the next 6 months. Thank you so much. So the shit that I asked you about how does this work when kids go to school, you never answered, but you want me to sign 2 forms. And for the record, y'all, I never did sign the damn forms because the shit was never put inside the goddamn plan. And why I'm asking about this whole, you know, ABA and school shit and stuff like that. Like, it's not like a fucking answer at all. Like, no one has a fucking answer. Everyone has to check with this person, check with that person. Like, and I just don't understand, how the fuck do y'all come to work and no one knows shit? Like, the therapist, the therapist supervisor, the fucking director, the person that's older, don't nobody know shit about what's going on with PS Plus and Mom L. I'm just reading the stuff, y'all. Like, you know, Julian Jackson has been like getting naked now. So when I sit here and say like updating them or whatever, like every week or every 2 weeks, it was like, you know, how often I'm taking Jackson to the pop, because as I said earlier, like we all were like working with each other to get these boys where they need to be or whatever. So whatever we were doing at home, they were doing at school. Whatever they was doing at school, I would do at home or whatever. That way it's repetition and the flow easier or whatever. And I just was letting them know that, you know, we're still doing every 30 minutes, and that basically Jackson is stripping his clothes naked, y'all. He's going through that whole stage. So, as y'all see, and like this is gonna be on screen, y'all. As y'all see, this particular person says they got the paperwork submitted. Asked if we're still coming to the meeting today at 11. All of this, right? Then you know, and that was, what's this? Sure that I have all the screenshots. I'm trying to I think it's one more that I'm gonna read you guys. That way I know that I'm like in the right spot when I do start on the next part or whatever. Yeah. Okay, so I'm gonna go all the way back to the front. This is a message that I sent to the order reply that I got or whatever, and it's like, good morning. It says, yes, we usually send home blankets on Fridays. They didn't get sent home Friday because the boys were out. She was like, we can send them home today. And this is the Bcba. So like, this probably should have went in like the beginning of the story time or whatever. But like I said, y'all, before all this happened, it was just like regular conversation, like no issues, because like it was normal or whatever. So I'm gonna read y'all the thing that I got before I actually went to her supervisor. They just confirmed that basically this bitch is not gonna do it or whatever. So she said something about the blanket or whatever, because it didn't get washed or whatever, so I was asking for it back. Since they have a wash and dry in this daycare, you guys, and like in the regular class, if they have an accident, the teachers have washed it or threw it in the washer on like break, or they just took it to the washer because it would have been fucked up by the time that they came home. So it's never been an issue until like now with this particular person, because this person is a fucking female dog. So it says RBT, it says her name, showed me the papers. I definitely think we can use some of those, some of it to align with those goals we went over for the next treatment plan. Those evaluations are due March 31st, and it'll probably be mid-April by the time the insurance gets them and approve it, approve and activate it. It said at this point we can use some of those worksheets to work on all of those prepaid things we talked about for the boys. I'm sure they will do amazing at it. The girls won't be making any educational plans. They carry out any plans I create. They will help me laminate and prep some of the materials for the next evaluations through, so that it will be helpful. First of all, y'all, this is how stupid you are. You're confirming that we had a discussion about the stuff, right? So in the first conversation, we talked about, you know, the lesson plans or whatever that prepped them for pre-K. That's why it was always a question on whether or not they was going to pre-K or not, or whatever. So it's like, hey, they mastering the goals. What do you want to work on next? And y'all remember earlier in the same conversation when I sat here and said that this particular person said that, you know, I don't know what to do. I guess I would like trace make it and hand make it. Like, I don't know when I would have time because I had the evaluations. I had this to get in. I got this to get in. So hence why I bought the material and just gave it to the staff member. That's why I sent it to this particular person and emailed this person to let her know that, hey, I gave her the paperwork to whenever the fuck y'all put this in a plan or whatever, you know, she got it to, you know, in case y'all gonna eliminate it or whatever. So how is that me saying that this particular person is supposed to follow my direction and not your direction? She's the person that comes out to get the kids, because y'all remember earlier when I said that the RBTs are just like the RNs in nursing homes. They sit on their ass, they don't do shit, they probably chart a little bit at these nursing homes. The same with this motherfucker. Like, you make a plan and you make goals, but that's all you fucking do. Also, we was not told that this shit was not gonna be implemented in the same goddamn plan that was already submitted to the insurance. We were told that it will be submitted to the insurance, and you know, she just needed to get that deadline submitted to the insurance, and then she would go back in and change these particular ad that's in here. And she did say, like, it can't be just a whole ABA just learning because that's not what ABA is for, but they can't implement some of those inside those things or whatever, right? So with that being said, y'all, like, I don't even understand what the fuck the issue is about using the shit. Like, duh, I know you're gonna use some of it because we already talked about they're not gonna be able to use all of it. Where in any other conversation or any other messaging did I say that the RBT is supposed to follow my direction? Am I, like, what? Like, this, like, you got to be dipping acid. Like, it's just like, it's just